James Lynch here for Spectation Sports. Happy to be joined by my co-host Adam Martin as we take a look at the main event for UFC 264. And of course, this card goes down at the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas this Saturday. Adam, how's it going?
Doing wonderful, James. I'm so excited for this card, man. Back with the fans in Las Vegas. It's going to be awesome. The only thing that would be better, James, if me and you were there for the fight. I mean, that would be pretty sweet, but I'm looking forward to watching it on my TV either way, man. I'm so excited. How are you, man?
Doing well. If you guys missed it, we did a preview of the main card already here on this channel. Make sure you check that out after this video. But let's dig into it. A lot of interesting opinions on this fight with Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor. Dustin Poirier right now, I'm seeing on a few books right now, it's kind of 50-50 to be honest. I'm seeing a lot of lines having either McGregor as a slight favorite or now Poirier as a slight favorite. The line's gone back and forth. So I got to know, who are you leaning in this one, and what are sort of the intangibles you're looking at in this fight?
Yeah, James, I can't wait for this fight, James. Me and you have been, we've been watching this sport for a long time. We both remember the first fight, and Conor was obviously favored to win that fight, knocked out Dustin at 145 7 years ago. Then the rematch came, and I can't remember who you picked, James, but I
picked McGregor, unfortunately.
Yeah, me too. I thought the same thing would happen, right? I'm like, what's different? What's going to be different 10 pounds up? And then we saw the fight play out, James, and because we saw that second fight, I just have a hard time picking McGregor here. I really do. As much as I still don't think he's completely washed up like people think he is, but I do think he's on a decline. And I do think we saw that against Khabib, where he got knocked down with a punch. It wasn't so much getting submitted. It was when he got dropped, James. That worried me. And then he did beat Cerrone, but against Poirier in the second fight, James got eaten up with those calf kicks and then got knocked out in the second round. So I got a lot of issues with McGregor right now. I feel like his chin's a little bit of a question mark, James. I think his cardio is a bit of a question mark. And I just feel like his desire in the sport is a bit of a question mark. The guy is obviously loaded. He's saying all the right things. He's saying I'm training hard. He did his camp in Dubai for this fight, so he's obviously doing and saying the right things. I'm just still not convinced it's going to be enough for him to get by Poirier, because I think Poirier at this point of his career, James, again, it's not boxing, it's not kickboxing, it's MMA. And who's the better, more complete MMA fighter? Dustin Poirier, is my opinion, James. I think in the stand-up, I think he's actually closed that gap now with Conor, where I still think Conor probably is the more powerful puncher, especially in that first round, James. I just think overall, I think Dustin's striking's better because he mixes in kicks. He's able to mix in those other things, those other tools. But what makes him special, James, is the ground game. He's good on the ground too. And we did see him take down Conor in that first fight. And I think that if he's able to mix things up again in the second fight, that's the way he's going to win this fight. I think if it stays standing, it's a 50-50 fight, James. I really do. But if Dustin mixes in those takedowns, he mixes in some grappling, that's the way he's going to win this fight. So I'm curious to hear your thoughts on it, man. I really have no idea what you're thinking about this one, James. But as someone who did pick Conor the first two times, I'm 1-1. I'm switching my pick here, guys, for the third fight. I'm going with Dustin Poirier. I got to go with Poirier. I think he does get the finish in this fight. I don't think this fight goes 5 rounds, guys. I think it's going to be Poirier getting the TKO second or third round. What are you thinking, James?
Yeah, I'm leaning the same way here. And you know what it really comes down to for me, and it's something I didn't really sort of think too much about when I was looking at their second fight, is that you look at who Poirier's fought and how many guys that he's fought that have knockout power, like an Eddie Alvarez, like a Justin Gaethje. And the big thing was Dustin's chin, right? I mean, at 45, he'd been knocked out a few times, but at 55, he can take a shot. Outside of one Michael Johnson, outside of that, he's looked pretty good there. And even Conor hit him in the first round, and Poirier was able to, shake it off and continue throughout the fight. So that to me is Conor's only path to victory here. He's not going to submit him. He's not going to out-wrestle him. Poirier has all that in his back pocket. You hit the nail on the head, Adam. Poirier is the more complete fighter at this point. Make sure you check out Spectation Sports. Adam has a ton of content up there for UFC 264. You don't need to go anywhere else. Adam's got you covered with everything going on. And like I mentioned, we did have a video for the main card as well. So if you're looking to play some bets and looking to make some picks, check out those picks. Adam and I actually disagreed on a lot of things, so it's pretty cool. So make sure you go check that out and see who's right and who's wrong. For myself, James Lynch, that is Adam Martin. Enjoy the fights this weekend. We'll be back here for the next pay-per-view. Thank you so much for watching, and enjoy the fights this weekend.